Dr. J, you're welcome also.
Thank you very much, sir.
Long time no see.
Yeah, glad
We
to
just
be
been
here.
talking on the line on the
Yeah,
phone.
yeah. Glad to be here, BC. I used to be co-chairman of the board here before.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, yeah.
So how's everything with you?
Thank God. Glad to be in Liberia.
Okay. Now we're going to put a spotlight first on looking at the history of Cottington because I know not many of us will know as to how did it start, in what year, what gives birth to Cottington University. So let's hear from one of you. We'll kick the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. J.
Some of the Cotton story is a very long story, but we'll try to abbreviate it quickly for the purpose of this show. As you may know, Cotton started off by the humanitarian effort of an American missionary who was part of the Protestant Episcopal Church, who donated 5,000 United States dollars to buy land in Kipamos to establish what was supposed to be the Cardinal College and Divinity School. And fast forward, the university progressed, the college progressed, and in 1909 it was chartered. It offered its first degree in 1922, but there were problems in 1929, academic and financial, disciplinary, and so it closed down. And for more than a decade, it did not function, in doing its work as intended.
Wow.
Fortunately for us, President William Canada Shadrach Tubman won the election in 1943 and became president in 1944. So he started working along with Bishop Harris in promoting the theory of centrality of Cottington. And that theory led to the working along with the paramount chief of Chief Swakoko, who then was gracious enough to provide the land mass of 1,500 acres to re-establish Cottington in 1949. And it became operational by 1953. Subsequently, through the American missionary efforts, quite a number of things happened, to rebuild Cottington, to establish the campus, to begin granting, degrees in the sciences, the humanities, and social sciences and nursing. Fast forward in 1975, it was rechartered and it became the Cottington University College. And then it was finally rechartered to be Cottington University in 2005. But as you know, Cottington now, we are now operating on 5 campuses, actually. In Swakoko, with the undergraduate programs, currently in Kakata with the associate program, Cottington Junior College, and of course near you in Congo Town with the graduate schools. Totally, we are now granting approximately 73 degrees in various fields of studies across those campuses. We are currently kickstarting a dental school in conjunction with ELWA and an American effort. And we are also making inroads into the internet services. Our programs are gradually getting on the internet where we are, presenting certain courses to our students.
Okay. Now, I heard you talking about 5 campuses. Well equipped, or just give us a description of your campuses. What do you have there?
Well, the campus in Swakoko, is the largest, boarding, presentation in Liberia. It's been like that for decades, almost more than 3/4 of a century. In Kakata, we are building the junior college. The graduate school is under development. In fact, we are dedicating an annex on the 8th of November to increase the number of classrooms and facilities and services that we currently provide. ELWA, the dental program, is kicking off there. A lot of us have very bad teeth in Liberia, and we don't have a very serious dental education program. So that is supposed to meet that need of all of us Liberians.
No,
and technology is moving. So,
Okay.
So virtually, we are getting on the internet. We are piloting courses through the systems of and services of the internet program.
Now, Mr. Wright, what makes Cottington University different from that of other universities around?
Okay, so let me just come in when you said well equipped. That's where I come in as vice president for institutional advancement,
Okay.
where under the dynamic leadership of Dr. Romel Alexine Horton, our new president, the 13th president of Cottington University, and we have profiled three different pillars, and those pillars are the pathway to greatness, greatness through innovation, and scholarly integrity, of which there are three projects: to light, to feed, and to grow.
Okay.
By the end of this, we will position ourselves to be different from the rest. Meaning, wherever you see Cottington students, it's not just the light, the physical light,
But we're coming to that.
but they will shine. That's our goal. When you talk about
To feed.
okay, the greatness to create that impact that has been created over the years, but with more emphasis, and then
To grow.
to grow, that it will produce champions and leaders in scholarly integrity, and that will result into inspiration.
So how do you intend to achieving that?
There are so many ways, there are so many strategies, but one of the main things here is to fundraise.
Okay.
Because Cottington University actually receives over 95% through tuition, paid by students, and a minimum amount also we receive subsidy from government.
Okay.
So we have taken the initiative to fundraise. Now we have a goal of fundraising for $1 million to help support
To raise $1 million?
$1 million.
United States dollars or Lateran dollars?
United States
United States
dollars
Okay.
in order to support all of these initiatives. And the fight begins with our fundraising gala, which is on the 5th of November, this Saturday, at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex.
Now, you talk about to light up Cottington, to feed your people, and to also grow the institution. Why? Let me hear from Dr. JJ. You've been around for some time. Why now? And that has not been the intention of the university in time past. Why now?
Well, let me not say it has not been. All right, it's an uphill battle. As you know, Cottington was somewhere, and then we had the Civil War. Our campus was demolished, 95%.
Okay.
So we had to start rebuilding, in order to regain, the capacities we had. Now, the idea of servicing a country is not a joke. We must continuously do things in order to be able to enhance our capacities to be,
Okay.
as a nation. And if you look around us in West Africa, take, for example, our mother country that I would call in Nigeria, you have 170 institutions of higher learning. Liberia has more than approximately 50 plus institutions of higher learning. Now, we must not be in this higher education business for a joke.
Okay.
Because we have to solve the problems that confront us in the health sector, in the agricultural sector, in the infrastructure sector, in the security sector. I mean, we are overwhelmed. So it means that we must be able to carve the vision or the visions to be able to deal with those subsectors. Cottington, you may not know, in the past, brought students from all over who were the first in private university in sub-Saharan Africa.
Wow.
So students came from all over West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Gambia, or the East Africa, Southern Africa, came by. In fact, let me tell you that the president of was the speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament now, graduated from Cottington.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know him very well. He's been to Liberia quite a number of times.
Tunis.
Yeah, honorable attorneys.
Okay.
And
Now, but all those graduates that you put up and you continue to put up, let me hear from Mr. Wright. Those people, are you saying that they are not really serving as lights of the university? They are not really feeding the population. They are not helping with the growth. Because to come up with a new vision of this nature, it means that there should be a reason why.
Well, look, obviously those people who we've put up were helping in ways that were not visible. So this administration, through its wisdom, have decided to reach out and let them know that Cottington needs them even more.
Okay.
So whatever little that they were doing in the dark, now the visibility must be there.
Wow. But you put it out already. They are out. They are out there in the society. How do you get to them?
But once a scorpion, always a scorpion. We right now, in my department, we are responsible for the alumni relations. So we are making all efforts to reach out to all our graduates to come home and support Cottington.
Okay. Yeah. Dr. J.
yeah, and additionally, the human survivor cannot go through or should not go through a process of stagnation. There has to be gradual and continuing rapidity, dynamism in the
Okay.
things we do.
Okay.
So or else we will cave in and collapse.
Yeah, surely.
So
Now-
what's good today could be done better tomorrow.
Okay, you spoke about the subsidy that you are receiving from the government. In what term?
The subsidy.
Over $5 million?
No, well, we hope. It's in the tune of maybe 200,000, 300,000 thereabouts.
Okay.
But we are appealing for more because I think Cottington has contributed towards the growth and development, human capacity
Okay.
of this nation. If you were to take a survey throughout the length and breadth of Liberia, Sorbor, you will definitely see more than 5 Cottingtonians placed in different areas. So, government of Liberia, please, we need more subsidy. We are helping.
And the story, I say it's a long story. And what actually transpired in the past was that Cottington was central to the government of Liberia. In fact, the largest dormitory on campus, Raleigh Hall, the first solely female dorm built at Cottington,
Okay.
was orchestrated by President Talbot, Raleigh Hall. That was a part of promoting this whole idea of feminism that we are now beginning to champion in Liberia, put the women forward, like we are putting President Horton forward, to lead this process. As you know, President Horton is a research scientist. So one of our goals is to ensure that Cottington University becomes a research university. We have to, these problems we have, Sorbor, take for example, our people are leaving, the countrysides, coming and walking on the streets of Monrovia and crying because other people are going behind them and occupying the lands or, taking out the natural resources. We must research the means to keep our people on the land.
Surely.
They have to be there. I mean, we can't keep standing on land for rest from China or India, and we say, oh, if the government does not provide the rest, we'll demonstrate. I mean, what's happening to us? We can't. What's happening to our minds? And my dear friend Larry Roper talks about changing our minds and attitudes. We
Okay.
have to.
Okay, now let's talk. Let me hear from the both of you. I heard about some investiture that will be coming up for the new president, the 13th president. When would that be happening?
Okay, so actually we have a calendar of events.
Of events, okay.
And the investiture will take place on the Swakoko main campus on November 12th, where we will be inducting our 13th president, Dr. Romel Alexander Horton, as the president of Cottington University.
Tell us a bit about your new president.
Oh, innovation, transformation, inspiration. She brings in the new dynamism, the light that Cottington yearns for. And under her leadership, with God being our help, we will succeed.
That is unlike other presidents, or what?
Well, President Horton, I must add, Mr. Wright, if you don't mind, she has a global education. President Horton went to school in the United States of America. She went to school in England. She went to school in Africa. In fact, she did her doctorate degree at the University of Botswana. So that shows the global nature of her fixation. Of course, she also worked for the government of Liberia. She was Deputy Minister of Education for Instructions during the Salif administration.
Okay.
For a period. And she's a research scientist, as I said earlier. She's been involved in a lot of research activities. She's also a technologist. She knows about the process of technological advancement. Okay, she's done many scripts, many presentations, many, writers. She even collaborated in writing books related to technology in the world. So, but we're not here to promote those books. They will come later on. But the key thing is that Cottonton has to move forward.
Okay, now having such a new president, 13th president, who, you just indicated that she has, globally she's educated. What is your link currently with other international universities, if you do have?
Well, if I may come in, since her ascendancy, she has encouraged many contacts with external university.
Okay.
We had the vice chancellor from Botswana to visit us a few months ago. She has signed numerous memorandum of understanding with American universities. So she's unstoppable right now.
What is her focus? I know she has not been inducted. The ceremony is scheduled to take place on the 12th, right? On the 12th of November. What is her focus? I'm sure all of you have sat with her. You've sat with her and you've read for what she really has on her plate for the university. What's her focus?
Well, like as you heard him earlier, the idea of lighting, feeding, and growing. But let me add a piece. Cottonton University is the prized possession of the Episcopal Church of Liberia.
Okay.
And without the Episcopal Church of Liberia, Cottonton would never have existed. The chairman of the board of trustees is the bishop. We have a new bishop also, Bishop James Bobo Salih, who is an academician himself.
Okay.
He worked for Cottonton. He was dean of the theology school at the graduate school. So we have a compact, the idea of ensuring that Liberia gets out of the doldrums. And it has to be, a visionary direction that will get us where we ought to. And we are praying that the government of Liberia itself will get out of the doldrums, that our incomes will increase, that we'll be able to spend on our educational institutions. Because the way forward is education, education, education.
You are looking for, Dr. Wright and Dr. JJ, looking for $1 million United States dollars. How do you intend raising this?
Well, we have rating to every sector in Liberia. Chief Justice, the President of Liberia, ambassadors, everyone, because education is everybody's business.
Sure.
Everyone must get involved. All our alumni all over the world, here and abroad. So we are more proactive